everyone, you're watching VGO 40 and this is VGO Girl, and today we're going to look at World of Kings and we're looking at the Dragon Tomb dungeon in Overlord mode, and we're going to take a look at each of the bosses and see what some of the tricks are to beating them. Okay, so there's a couple things with this boss that I had to watch out for as a tank. First of all, there's this kind of like a sword attack that he does, which is like almost like a lava sort of thing. And there's really no warning when it comes. You can see it off the side of the screen right there. But he does kind of say stuff sometimes beforehand, sometimes not. So I just kind of keep moving to the left and right with facing away from the DPS when I'm tanking him. That way, when he does do that attack, I'm not directly in front of him and there's not a lot of other people around. The other thing is this gather together for damage thing. That's pretty typical with most of them. It seems to come twice in a row in Overlord, at least Overlord 2, which is the one I was doing here. And so that's something else to watch out for. The other thing is it does this shade or blue version of itself. You can see that in the background right there. And it targets one person, and the person gets kind of a target over their head beforehand, and it will follow one person. Now, I don't know why, but every single time we ran this, it seemed to target the healer. So all you have to do is the person who is being chased by him, just keep moving back. He walks very slowly, but just keep moving away from him, and everybody focus on killing that thing first. So then we go back into the fight, and that's pretty much it. Those are the things you need to watch out for. Just share the damage, and that'll do it twice, and then watch out for those sword attacks that just keep moving left to right so that you don't get hit, and really that shade version of the boss that you have to kill when you go around. And all those together, obviously avoid the whirlwinds at the edges, should get you past this particular boss. Okay, for the second boss, clear everything all the way up to the second boss. The elementals do an AoE damage, so just avoid the circles, and try and kill them as quickly as possible or whatever. I'm going to be totally honest, I can't think of anything overly noteworthy in this boss that really is like, okay, you guys need to know this. It was pretty self-explanatory fight. You stay away from the teammates. There is a point where there's kind of like a line between you and the teammates where you have to get close to each other. There is one thing, there's a point where your allies say that, they've been inflicted with something and please protect me. Now you can see here, there's these circles that come down the lines from the mob to whoever needs to be protected. Somebody has to stand in that line in front of you so that they take the damage of the circles. It's not really damage, but so that they block the circles from you. Otherwise, it hurts. Yeah, I'm going to get another example of where this circle thing is here in just a second. You'll see the lines coming from the people there, and there's the mobs on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to just stand in the cross thing. Now, I do take damage, but it protected both of them at the same time because nobody else knew to protect them. So, yeah. Okay, so the third boss I think is more tricky than the others, and the main reason is that it spawns these guys on the side, and there'll be like a gold circle or a blue circle in the middle, and you have to go for the opposite color guy, kill them, and then stand in their little bubble. So I'll show you that here. So we're going to go through and start by avoiding some of the just AoE damage that he does. Keep him in the center. It's much easier. I know it's kind of hard to pull him in the center. He doesn't really want to move a whole lot, but if you can pull him in the center, that's great. Again, share the damage in that little circle thing. Now there's this stone pillar here that comes up. Everybody needs to hide behind the stone pillar when it says to hide behind the stone pillar. Also, I'm not sure if you'll notice, but there'll be a purple line between me and one of the other characters, and or a green line, sorry. It just says to get close to each other to break the link. It's not really anything super exciting. So up here, we're going to go ahead and see that the floor in the middle is going to turn dark, and there's a message that you have to kill the light guy. So we're going to, on one side there's a yellow guy, on the other side he's kind of dark purplish blue, whatever. So you kill this yellow guy. Now, once the yellow guy is dead, he will disappear, and there'll be like this yellow circle or kind of like glowy area that you're in. So you can see I'm standing in a glowy area. So you're going to want to stay in that to avoid, I assume, an AoE damage that he does outside of that. And so again, it's just pretty much the same thing for the fight. It just repeats. Now here again, we get the message to kill the guy who's the dark guy. And it's kind of a yellowish circle in the middle that's kind of harder to see. And then of course the pillar comes up at the same time, where you're supposed to stand behind the pillar. And okay, so we have to kill both the elemental and hide behind the pillar. And then once the elemental was dead, we stood in this darker bubble on this side. And then it's, I mean, again, it's just pretty much the same thing. Go through and kill the dragon. Okay, you're watching VGO 40, and this is VGO Girl, and we hope that you found this video helpful for getting through the bosses. And we will see you next time in World of Kings. Please take a moment to like and subscribe if you found this helpful.